All right, what's going on, guys? So it is 8:30 a.m. today. Have not eaten anything yet, but we are going to figure out what our macros are for the rest of this mini cut. The first week and a half, been doing this for just over a week and a half now. Did not track anything, basically just try to clean up my diet a little bit and kind of just like stop eating in excess. So I was just kind of starting to eat less food overall, eating cleaner foods, not like overeating, not eating ice cream every day, stuff like that. So taking the Pop-Tarts out of the diet, taking all the nighttime cereal out of the diet, all that stuff. That was the first week and a half. So now we're gonna go ahead and figure out exactly what our macros are, where our calories should be, and then from here on out, we're gonna start tracking pretty much every single day. So I'm gonna figure out on this whiteboard over here for you guys. I'm gonna do some calculations for you guys and figure out exactly what my macros are. So we're gonna figure out our protein, fats, and carbs. I'll figure out our calories. I have a pretty good rough estimate of where I should be at, but I'm gonna do it for this video so you guys can see exactly how it's done. If you guys need to calculate your own macros, obviously it's like winter time right now, so not a whole lot of people are necessarily cutting down. So some of the stuff you could use going into, you know, spring and summer when a lot of people are cutting down and stuff like that. But so first off, I looked up some things. One is called the BMR, one is called RMR. So these are both your basal metabolic rate and your resting metabolic rate. So this is basically the number of calories you would burn by basically not doing anything, and just you type in like your age, your height, your weight, all that stuff, and it calculates exactly roughly how many calories your body's gonna burn just from living, basically. So the resting metabolic rate, calories burned during digestion as well. So the BMR, your basal metabolic rate, I calculated that out. So for 21 years old, 6'2", 226 pounds right now. Calculated that out to be about 2,100 calories. I'll put this on the screen for you guys. So then based on that amount, you have to take into account your activity level. So if you're less active, obviously you're burning less calories. The more and more active you are, the more calories you're gonna be burning throughout the day. So I went kind of in the middle to the higher range here, especially with powerlifting training and stuff like that. I'm training 6 days a week, pretty hardcore. So I have, with my activity level, between 3255 and 3622 calories per day would be right about my maintenance level. So I just wanted to show you guys a couple different methods to kind of calculate where your maintenance level will be at. So then another method, this is from Christian Guzman's video. I'm gonna kind of follow by his method a little bit here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our body weight, we're gonna multiply that by 14 to 16, and this will give you, just like I calculated with your BMR plus your activity level, this will give you roughly what your daily maintenance level of calories will be. And this will be, so you're gonna take your body weight, multiply by 14 to 16. So 14 will be if you are less active, you're not doing as much, your job maybe requires you to be sitting at a desk all day or something like that. You get your workouts in, but you don't have too much else going on. 16 would be like the most active that you could possibly be. So I'm gonna put myself right around a 15 right in the middle here, because I'm not like crazy active doing tons of cardio like Nick Bear, but I'm also not sitting around all day either. So this morning my body weight was actually 224.4, so we're going to use that exactly. That was like my new low weigh-in, so we're going to do 224.4 pounds, and we're going to multiply that by 15. So that gives me 3366 on the calories there. Maintenance level calories. So I'm gonna start right there with that, because I would assume these past couple days I've been eating close to like 3,500, and it's a little bit of trial and error to get things started, because even though you can calculate out your BMR, your RMR, you can calculate out this maintenance level of calories, 3366 right here, it doesn't necessarily mean that's exactly what it's gonna be, right? These are just estimates for a body type similar to mine with an activity level similar to mine. So it's not going to be exact. My maintenance level could be 4,000. My maintenance level could be less and be 3,000 or 2,500. It just depends person to person. So you have to do a little bit of trial and error to figure out exactly where you're going to be at. So we're going to start with this number of calories right here. Based on how quickly the scale is changing, we're going to adjust it from there and find out exactly where we need to be. So if I'm doing 3,366 calories, I do that for about a week straight, and there's absolutely no weight loss whatsoever. Obviously that means I'm gonna have to drop some more calories because I'm purely at my maintenance right here. But if I start to lose weight, I lose 1 to 2 pounds in that first week, then I know that I'm already in a deficit and my maintenance was higher to begin with. So I would just stick with the 3366 for a little bit more until that weight kind of plateaus a little bit. For my protein, we're gonna start off with that. So typically I would say anywhere between 0.75 to 1.25 grams per pound of body weight. And it's gonna vary depending on what your goals are at the time, and also depending on your body type as well. So So protein, we have 0.75 to 1.25 grams per pound. So on the 0.75 side is going to be if you have a little extra body fat on your body, you don't have as much lean mass, you're probably not going to need as much protein in your body. A lot of people say either use your lean body tissue, but here we're just using our overall body weight. So for that reason, if you have a little excess body fat, I would say go closer to 0.75 grams of protein because you probably won't need as much protein. 1 gram per day would be closer to when I'm like bulking up, just hitting 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, trying to gain weight because you're getting plenty of calories and stuff in from carbs. All that stuff's gonna help you gain weight, bulk up. When you're cutting down, you get further and further into this cut, your body's going to need more protein to maintain that muscle mass that you do have. So I would recommend getting closer to 1.25 grams per pound of body weight when you're cutting. You don't necessarily have to eat that much because that is a lot of protein sometimes, but that might help you retain more muscle mass. So for me right now, we're gonna start off with just 1 gram per pound of body weight right now because I'm not really in a hardcore deficit. I'm not doing tons of cardio every day. I don't necessarily need all that extra protein right now. So we're gonna start off with the 1 gram. As we progress further and further into the cut, we'll increase that amount of protein closer to 1.25 grams per pound of body weight. For the number of fats that you're gonna eat per day, I'm a little bit more flexible with this. I'm gonna say anywhere between 0.3 grams to 0.5 grams of fat per day. Now that depends on how much fats you actually like to eat. And in Christian's video, he said 0.3 to 0.4, but when I calculated out 0.4 grams times my body weight, it honestly wasn't really that much fat, and I definitely do eat a good amount of fat during my day. So I would say anywhere between 0.3 and 0.5. Usually they say anywhere between 20 to 35% of your total calories for the day should come from fats. So in this case, I think 0.3 is like way too low for me right now, fat wise. So we're gonna go closer to 0.4, closer to 0.45, something like that, at least to start off, and then we'll take those fats down. So for me, I do definitely eat like more fats and stuff like that. Because obviously I like carbs, but when I'm bulking and stuff like that, I'm gonna eat so many carbs, so I wouldn't mind throwing some fats in there. So especially now that our calories are still at 3366, I'm gonna keep my fats a little bit higher for now, and then we'll drop those later. Seems kind of high, but 0.45 grams per pound of body weight of fats, and I'll calculate that out right now. All right, so for fats, we have 101 grams of fat here to start off for the diet. Seems like a high number, but all these numbers are going to come down. Eventually, obviously starting with like 3,400 calories, we're gonna have a little bit higher macros. Our carbs are gonna be higher to start, our fats are gonna be higher, and obviously protein is gonna be right here. Protein is gonna go up, fats and carbs are kind of gonna come down as the diet progresses. Some numbers to keep in mind are that we do have 4 calories per gram of protein. So every single gram of protein is going to have 4 calories in it. Every single gram of carbs is also going to have 4 calories. So 4 calories per gram of carbs as well. And then fats, this is where you really add up the calories if you have too much fats. So we have 9 calories per gram for every gram of fat. So here is where we are going to calculate our carbs now. So I kind of go ahead and calculate my protein first, my fats second, because you already know exactly how much protein you want to get. And then we use our little calculation to figure out how much fat we want to get. Our carbs just kind of vary based on how much protein and fat we're eating. All we're going to do here is going to do some math. So we have our numbers over here: 4 calories per gram of protein, 4 calories per gram of carbs, 9 calories per gram of fat. And we're going to take these numbers. We have our protein, 226 grams. So we're going to multiply that by 4 calories. So we're going to take our fats. We're going to go ahead and multiply that 101 times 9 calories. So this represents our calories from protein. This will represent our calories from fats. We're going to add those two numbers up once we calculate these out, subtract them from our total calories, and then we're gonna get our calories from carbs. Okay, so far we have 904 calories from protein, we have 909 calories from our fats. We add those two together, we get 1813 calories total from protein and fat. We're gonna subtract that number from 3,366, which is gonna be our maintenance level. 2,366 calories maintenance for the entire day. That's gonna be our total allowance of calories minus our carbs from protein and fats. We have our total amount of calories from carbs, 1553. 1553 calories divided by 4 calories per gram of carbs, right? And we're gonna get a total of 388.25. So we'll just go 388. So we subtracted calories from protein and fat from our total maintenance calories. We have 1553 calories from carbs. We took 1553 calories, we divided it by 4 calories per gram. As we said, each carb has 4 calories per gram, and we had a total of 388 grams of carbs. So our macros, so that's gonna be the exact macros that we're starting with. I'm gonna go ahead and add those into MyFitnessPal. If you guys aren't using MyFitnessPal, it helps a lot for cutting down. Just an app you put on your phone, you can track all your foods. I've done it for my bulking full day eatings before, so I would recommend using that. You can literally scan the barcode on like any food that you want that you're eating. You can look up pretty much any food, it's all in there. They have the protein, fats, carbs, and calories for all those foods. You just adjust the serving sizes and stuff like that. So we can add these macros in there for my goals. So 226 grams of protein, 388 grams of carbs, and 101 grams of fat is going to be our macros. We're aiming for around 3,366, so between 3,300 and 3,400 calories every single day. Now that number is obviously going to be adjusted throughout the next 2-3 weeks that we're cutting down. Now for a lot of people, what I suggest you do is you find your maintenance level of calories. Now if you're cutting down, I would say drop anywhere between 300 to 500 calories from that amount. But for me personally, I just know that my maintenance level right here after bulking for so long is going to allow me to lose weight. So just by eating this maintenance level of 3,366, I know I'm going to lose weight. But if you've been kind of maintaining weight for a while, you haven't been like bulking up, you haven't been doing a specific goal, I would say definitely try to decrease that number of calories about 300 to 500. So for this, I would be down to 3,066 to like 2,866, something like that. But like I said, I'm just gonna leave it there for now. That number is going to come down. So I'm gonna keep checking my weight on the scale pretty much every single morning. I'm gonna write down those weights in a notebook, take the average weight per week. And when I see that the weights really aren't going down anymore, that's when I know to adjust my calories a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna decrease the calories by about 300 the next time that I do actually decrease those calories. So once my weight kind of plateaus a little bit, I'll decrease that down to probably about 3,066, something like that. And then I'll readjust my macros from there. I'll probably increase my protein allotment just a little bit. So now that we're tracking, things should be a little bit more specific. Obviously, when we first started, I was like 231.4 pounds in the morning, and now I'm 224.4. So that's down almost 7 pounds already. Probably a good amount of water weight. We've been doing this for about a week and a half, closing in on 2 weeks here of the cut. First thing in the morning, it's 9 a.m. right now. Haven't eaten anything. I'm down 7 pounds right now. This is kind of what the physique is looking like. I feel like I'm already looking a little bit leaner, but I'm also like not looking quite as full. But I did hit a crazy push workout yesterday. Got a crazy pump, so I've been feeling good doing this bodybuilding stuff just a little bit. So I'm going to show you guys some more bodybuilding workouts in the future here. But this is what the physique's looking like right at this current moment. So that's physique, 224.4 pounds in the morning. So as you guys can see, I'm editing up this video right now from Park City, Utah. So tomorrow we're gonna head to Powder Mountain, a ski resort here in Utah. We're gonna go snowboarding for a little bit. We're here for the week, so we're going to like 3 different places, I think, while we're here. So that's gonna be super cool. You guys will see that in the next video. Yeah, immediately after this video happened, I pretty much got like food poisoning from something I ate. And so I wasn't able to track my macros specifically like I had talked about in the video, because I basically didn't eat anything for like 3 days straight. Had almost like 0 calories for those 3 days straight. And like overnight, I pretty much went from 225 or like probably 226 at night to like 220 pounds in the morning. So it was pretty bad, not gonna lie, but we're all good now. I'm just making sure to like replenish everything I possibly can. I ate some more calories today probably than I should have, replenished some water, Gatorade, electrolytes, all that stuff. So feeling good now. Strength was kind of bad those couple of days after that whole thing happened, but I think we're good now. So we should be able to track the macros specifically like I just talked about in this video. So hopefully you guys learned something from this video, tracking your macros, how to calculate out your macros. But we should be back on track now after that little food poisoning incident. So we should be all good now. It definitely did lean me out a little more than I expected. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. You guys will see the whole Utah trip coming up soon in the next video. It's gonna be a fun one. So stay tuned, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.